What we doing?
Bobby.
Okay. Welcome, everybody. This is For Real Talkers. We are live in invite-only studio sitting with the owner,
Only.
Doc. Well, let me just first introduce myself again. I'm Bobby.
Yo.
I'm Jen.
Watch out.
And this is Doc, the owner of Invite Only Studios in New York City. So, Doc, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you
Okay.
for having us.
Yes, thank you for allowing us to come in today. Today we're going to be talking about fear of commitment,
Yo.
fear of marriage.
Definitely.
And we was told that this man here will keep it 100.
And
He said
10.
That's what
okay.
he said. That's what
He said we can ask him anything.
Anything.
Word.
Anything.
Watch out.
Okay. So, Jen, do you want to start off with the first question or should
my.
I?
No, and you well, no, I don't. But
Okay.
since you put me on the spot, I will.
I love this.
I can tell
Okay.
you said, and marriage, let's go straight to that.
Okay.
You said fear of marriage or don't want to get married. What's your take on that?
I think like when, how could I say, marriage is so traditional, right? You know, we started off with the jump over the broom, which is the real shit.
Okay.
Okay, all this other stuff, we call 1-800-Flowers and all that, some other bullshit. Okay, but we started off with that, but really the jump the broom stuff and the real, there needs to be some spiritual content behind marriage. A girl has to be a best friend. Look, I had to learn that. Okay.
Okay.
I was married at a young age.
How young?
Long time ago.
How young? How young? Okay, but how young
Long
were
time.
you?
I
'Cause
took a
they got
road test
married
on a
young.
dinosaur, damn it. But long time ago. But yeah, in my 20s, late
Okay.
20s, I got married, and
Yeah.
a lot of, you learn a lot. And I think that, most men will talk about, oh yeah, she was crazy. She threw shit at me. Where really, I just wasn't ready.
Okay.
Okay, well, guys, y'all gonna hate me for this, but I'm telling the truth, damn it.
Thank you.
Yes.
We not ready.
In your 20s. no.
Women are ready, could be 20 and be ready, could be 19 and be ready. They're just built for that. Guys are not ready for a lot of things.
Okay.
And we're immature, and when a woman, and I said this in marriage, and I remember the day I was getting married.
Okay.
When a woman says she loves you and a man says he loves you, it's two different things.
Explain that one, honey.
Okay, see, she really means it with a depth. When we look at women, we looking at the surface to approve of even talking to her. Where a woman will look at you and like you for your intelligence,
Absolutely.
and like you for your conversation,
Absolutely.
and like you to feel, she likes the comfortability around you. Where men are like, look at that ass.
Ooh,
Oh, look at this. And we're not really driven in on, you know what I'm
just
saying?
said
Yeah,
that.
we gonna run to the end of the corner to catch you based
Okay.
off of what you look like.
Okay.
Where a woman be like, how many
that-
times a guy is in the car, we see another girl in the car and be like, how's she with that motherfucker?
ooh.
But
Just said
he
that.
got something that you don't have, and that's her comfortability. So you
Okay.
learn about that. So, but there are all these things, I'm being honest with you, out there, I didn't know any of that. I don't know any of that stuff. I'm still young. So all the young guys out there that think, I'm mad, I'm this and that, and you got to remember that, as Eddie Murphy said, like the same old cracker, it's not the same old cracker. She got to be your best friend.
Right.
And you
Okay.
got to be able to tell her anything. And I had to learn that.
That's the
So,
problem.
yeah, so when people come and say, oh, what happened to marriage? I'm not the guy to be like, yo, she was crazy. I had to break up with her.
Okay.
Listen, I wasn't ready. Okay?
Appreciate that.
And
Yes.
most men,
Say
when they
that.
stand up to that, that makes you, now you start learning how to be a man.
Right.
You're not
Ooh,
a
talk
man
about
until
it.
you learn how to correct those mistakes, because women can mold you.
Okay.
Women can help you in a marriage and mold you like clay. She put you on the wheel and she spin you around,
Oh, my
and she
God.
gonna mold you the way she needs you to be.
Listen, could you
'Cause
put some
that-
gospel music?
No, that's
on?
true.
The
It's-
Potter
I'm
wants to
telling
put
the
you back
truth.
together again.
But I'm telling the truth. You know, they say you drink, you tell the truth. So I feel bad about it, but because as a man, there's things we need. There's things that men, we want to feel like a man. So
Okay.
women gotta allow that in the household and allow, that even says that in the Bible. God said that. All right. So.
Okay, so.
But God also says you gotta be able to act like a leader, and most men, 90% of us, not mature enough to understand what leadership means. And that's where problems in marriage happen. So
Right.
now we went and we advanced into, the marriage part is understanding what that means. And many
Okay.
men don't understand what that means. We can fall in love what we think is love, but as
Okay.
far her depth is way deeper than ours. We will drown
Wow.
to learn what she knows what love is.
Okay.
So you got to learn what that means.
Okay. I like what you were just saying. You
It's
said a
honest.
whole lot.
It's honest.
So now, a lot of that stuff you started off talking about, like when you were in your 20s, because that's when you got married,
Right.
But what about when people are getting older, like let's say 40? By 40, you've
Right.
already learned a couple
Right.
of things, you've
Right.
experienced different things. But I'm finding that especially black men
Right.
are still afraid to marry their lady,
Right.
or even if they don't marry them, they're afraid to make a serious commitment
commitment.
to that one woman.
But I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you a little bit on that now.
Yeah,
I'll
but
let you
why?
continue.
Why?
I'm gonna help you on
What's
that.
that about?
Okay, Bobby. What it is? Nah, I'm just teasing her. But what it is now in the generations we in now in the last 20 years,
Okay.
other races came into play with our minority men, and what the minority woman that deserves the respect 20, 25 years ago doesn't get it anymore because a lot of other races entertain the black man and are more submissive to his demand rather than
Okay.
finding a true friend. Meaning like
Okay.
these athletes are with these women. It's not just color. You just see different things because they're more submissive, unlike the black woman
Or they
that
don't-
stands forward and says,
Yeah.
I stand on my ground and I demand respect. We're
Okay.
in a generation where women outnumber, a 9-to-1 ratio that men could have so many other women. So it creates temptation. But now we're in a generation of where they want to feel like they don't have to answer to their creed. They now have so many other people involved. Like you not being funny and then no prejudice at all. You got women getting BBLs now, and they wanted a black woman's butt for years. But now there's a technology has proven that I could be you.
Yep.
So now if I'm being you and submissive, that gives the black woman drowns out
knocking
her,
us out.
her opportunity.
Yep.
Okay.
And there's so many great black women out there, but there's so much temptation for the black man. So that creates too much variety, creates too many problems because the black woman ain't having it.
So basically, what you're saying, Doc,
Yeah.
is because a woman is being submissive, it's just
When I say
that's what's most
submissive, I mean
appealing?
more accommodating. Where I'll give you a great example, Barbara. You can relate to this.
Okay,
and so
yeah,
can you,
because
Jen.
some
Let
of
me
us
show
don't
you why.
mind being
Let me
a
show
little
you why.
submissive biblically.
You've
You've
Go
been,
ahead.
you've
What
been,
submissive
yeah,
you
but
talking
you've been through things. When
Okay,
women get
go
her
ahead.
feelings hurt, it's far from a guy. A guy got a lot of pride. A woman got a lot of emotion. So when things happen and you go through something, you be like, the next one ain't doing that to me.
Okay.
Okay? Where a guy is like, what? Forget it, man. I'm moving on, man. Another butt,
Right,
right?
right.
So, because he still didn't learn what love is. So
Okay.
when you say 40 years old, or you say give an age, that age doesn't mean he educated himself to be a true man yet.
Okay,
The
absolutely.
40 is
That's
not
the
it.
point.
So where a woman is really ready from day one. There's just a big difference in understanding what love means, and all of those things, all of these things and these subjects come into play. And especially with a variety of nationalities that have stepped to the black man now. Or the minority man for that measure. So I mean, there was a time you didn't see Indian women with American black men because but from India, and I'm
Okay.
seeing that. You had a time when you had Dominicans not with black people,
Yeah.
you had Puerto Ricans, and now you see it all. It's
Yeah.
mixed in, Asians with blacks and
Yes.
Rastafarians with Asians.
see
You just
that all the
it's
time.
and whites. It's all mixed in. It's not a prejudice
Okay.
thing,
Okay.
it's for a minority man. It's more a curiosity thing, and
Okay.
but it's two different cultures. See, now I'm gonna be real with you. No woman will understand a black man like a black woman. She understands that.
Okay.
But the opportunity is not given because of the variety in today's
Okay.
society.
So with that being said, Doc, so what about those black men that are in relationships with black women, and the woman pretty much possessed the majority of the things that you're looking for? She has most of the characteristics that you're
Right.
actually looking for.
Right.
But then the guy is still not committing to her.
Choices.
What's
Well-
up
Too
with
many
that?
Well, that's the.
Why
I'll say
not?
this. I'll say this. Hidden agendas, because
Okay.
because
Wait, when you say hidden agenda,
hidden agendas is always start in the beginning. How did you meet her? You understand? Like if you, it depends on how you met this woman. Did you meet her in conversation? Did you meet her like an AI robot online? That's the worst relationship.
AI.
You
not
yeah.
necessarily. I've dated people.
No, no,
Listen
no.
to what
he
you
said
just said.
AI.
Listen to what
No,
Bobby just
AI.
said.
AI
Bobby,
is like
Enlighten me, because AI.
artificial
maybe I don't know.
intelligence.
Oh,
like
Because
somebody
you know
that's not
what?
even who
You meet
you
a.
are.
Let me tell you, artificial intelligence
No.
went
Okay.
back. Jen, it went back a long time ago. Artificial intelligence. I'm gonna
Okay.
show you what that is.
Okay.
We back in the
Explain.
day, you talking to a guy and he's on the phone. Well, I'm not being funny. These prisoners was doing that, and they were marrying women in prison, to come
prison.
see
They
them
still
once a
do.
month, and they sending pen pal letters. They don't
Wait.
have a phone, so that's an
Okay.
AI, old
Exactly.
Flintstone AI
Oh.
way of meeting
Go ahead,
meeting
Jimmy.
somebody.
Or AI, the party line.
Okay.
You and me,
What's
everybody.
on the party line? You mean
Oh,
when
I'm aging myself.
the
I'm
old
not
back in
Yeah.
the day? Okay.
But,
No, I got what you mean. I got what you mean.
I mean,
But-
if you
but-
meet somebody that way, that's your issue, because you're not really meeting. You know, what is her favorite color? You don't know nothing. Their
Yeah.
conversation turned from how are you, and this lady over here writing you a pen pal letter talking about, I think I love you. Impossible.
Well-
Like, and he talking about he love you, and she feel, the emotions set in, and then it's like, okay, after the sex, now what?
Okay, but what about the woman? The sex is great. She's curling your toes.
That-
Mentally, she is stimulating you mentally.
Uh-huh.
She's cooking all these wonderful meals
That's
that you know you
amazing.
enjoy. She's pampering you. Okay,
I
and
like
she's
that.
very supportive as best as she can.
Right.
You have your business, baby. What do you need? You need some help with whatever you got going on with your business.
Well,
1 second. She is meeting almost every need that you could desire.
Okay.
And you're not going to walk away, because you can't really see yourself living your life without her.
still
Why
not gonna
aren't
take
you
it to
not
the next
marrying
level.
her? Why not
Because-
go to the next level?
Okay, because I'll give you the other end of that. And again, it was the hidden agenda one. And there's a balance in catering.
There's a balance.
In
Explain that.
catering.
Explain
You
the balance.
cannot-
Y'all-
You
y'all-
just said it. I do this. I do that. I do this.
Uh-huh.
You got to leave some room for a man to chase.
Hunters. They gotta be the
If
hunter.
he-
Y'all heard? That's a
if he-
good tip.
Yeah, if he can't chase a little bit, it's almost like, and I'm
you
saying
gotta
y'all
play
can
the
relate to this. Y'all can
game?
relate to this.
Why you gotta play that game?
Y'all can relate to this.
Mm-mm.
How many times you been in a situation where you want to get something up, but he reached for the pants and you go, grab his hand and put it over here. How many times? But
No, because I
you want to get the cookie lick, but I'm not getting the cookie lick.
Not
Don't
today,
touch,
though.
as soon as he touched the button of move the zipper, you zip it back up. He got a long way to go. But when you leave, you're going to be like, damn, why did I touch that zipper?
Oh my
I know he wanted
gosh.
this. See, that is real talk. But
It
it's like
is. It
the
is.
chase is important.
But why?
So, okay. No,
Why?
Jen, don't say
No,
why,
no, I'm
because
just saying, like, why we gotta keep playing this cat
Okay,
and mouse
yes.
game all the freaking time?
Not all the
Yo,
time.
you want him, you want him, you want to. You
No,
want
if
to
you
lick
want
the
him-
coochie, lick the coochie.
Right, but he's
you
gotta-
You want to tap the mic.
Yeah, but
You wanna
he
get
has to.
What's
But
going on?
no, but I'm saying that can't be based around just that. That's the fun part where women, they got to understand. I mean, in today's generation, women are operating like men. I'm telling you, I don't name no artist names.
Okay.
I've been on the road with them. They be like, Doc, I like that dude there. I'll be like, that construction worker? That dude, that sanitation dude, that
Like,
postal
bring him over
worker?
here.
I like him. Just let me get with him. And she had me kick him out the room. I ain't blowing your name up. You know.
no,
who
we
I'm
don't
talking
need to know
about.
names.
No, not saying that. Out there in TV land, she might watch this and be like, you said me. I ain't say your name, but you know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
So, and she'll knock on my door in the hotel room because we ever booked her or whatever. Be like, Doc, can you get him out the room because I'm catching a plane and
yeah.
I need to get my sleep. But it was
I'm
fun.
not even gonna lie.
And I have to knock on the door and be like, yo, we leaving. And
Okay.
she be like, okay. And he got to get dressed and I got to get him out. So I respected that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because she acted just like a dude.
You are
She
absolutely
came
right.
in, in
right
today's
about that.
generation, Learn to have your fun and build it into what you want to make it, but know what it is. Don't get into something and not knowing what it is, and that's a lot of women's problems.
But
I'm
you
not
know
gonna lie
what? Go ahead, Jen.
He's
You go ahead.
absolutely right because I I have had like, all right, you gotta go. Like, I'm done with you,
Right.
and I don't want nothing else from you. No, I don't want
Gotta
to cuddle
feel
with you.
it.
I cuddle with you.
Right,
That's, what I
right,
do that for? I
right.
don't
You don't like you like you don't
Right.
like them like
yeah,
that.
that's my.
But that's
you
a fact.
taking. I want to cuddle with you. It's a mental thing.
That's
Like,
mental.
Okay.
go. It's time, and then I would make. Call me and say,
Right.
time for me to
Okay.
go.
Right.
You know what? I'm gonna stop talking right now. Forget it.
No, but
don't
that's
stop,
real.
Don't stop. But you know
But
what
that's real.
about so all of the things that you're just saying, Doc? Why not tell a woman up front when you first meet her? If you know that you don't have any good intentions, right? You just want to have fun,
All right.
right? You just in it for pleasure. You're not in it for anything in the long haul. You already know off the rip. I don't care what this woman brings to the table. She could be almost my ideal woman. I'm not in that space
Yeah, I
for a
respect
relationship.
that. Tell me
Why
the
not
truth.
say it in the beginning?
All right, because that takes you back to chapter 1. He is not understanding the emotional end of a woman, one,
And it's
or
selfish.
knowing he's looking at you from a physical
Okay.
standpoint from the beginning. And
Okay.
then he makes a decision
Yeah.
after the physical fact of liking what everything look like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can this be a longevity thing?
Yeah.
Now, I've seen friends of mine in relationships that with married women. I've seen it because the uncomfortability on her end, and women can be vulnerable at a time when they're being neglected. So they're quiet about it. Look, when a man cheat, you know. When a woman cheat, you don't know nothing.
Talk about it.
Y'all move different.
We move stealth.
Yeah, like stealth ain't even a word no more. It's something else. Invisible.
Like ninjas.
Y'all, you will not know. Y'all are. It never happened. See.
I don't even know you.
Yeah,
Now
it's
you
like it didn't
Peter
happen.
tonight,
Like
Jesus.
she
I don't know
have
you.
all the reasons to tell a guy, I'm not doing it tonight because this guy over here killed my shit.
Oh my
You don't know
God.
what happened. And the guy got too much pride to be like, I ain't want none anyway. But she's like, I'm good, you know?
Right.
So that depends on the relationship of the more he neglects, the more she's vulnerable to look elsewhere
Okay.
in this generation.
Right.
And then you have your old-fashioned approaching women that hold the values, and they like, well, I
Okay.
believe a man should be this and he should be that. And unfortunately, we're in a different generation. It's similar to the way I do music now. I have to be around the young people to know what they like because otherwise
Okay.
I'll be an old-time producer. and
But you
writer.
know what? If people tell each other the truth from the very beginning, it would just
appreciate
make
that.
life so much easier for both
Yeah.
parties.
Yeah.
Because there's so many women that
You're right.
will play with you because maybe they just want to lay down too, so
Well,
they can
you're
see
so
Tom
right,
and Harry,
but
right?
but who's the? That's the point. That's why there's a billion stars in the sky. Who's real?
Yeah.
Well,
You
this
know-
is for real talkers, and we want to
Yeah.
keep it real. I'm
But
real.
you got one. Y'all got one real show with one real dude out of 1 billion dudes. You know, like come on.
A whole bunch of AIs.
Yeah, you
A whole
dug
bunch
through
of
the
AIs.
stars. I'm one grain of sand on the beach.
yeah.
So you might have, you know. I'm gonna tell the truth. You see me, I didn't, you know, hold back on what men
Nah,
do.
it's
I
real.
told you the truth. What we
real.
do. You know, it's unfortunate. The business I'm in is people always coming at me, but I've been there, done that, this and that. So it's a balancing act. It's not
Okay.
like it needs to make sense to me.
Okay.
You know, I'm not. It's not. Listen, my own. It's a funny thing when you talk about calling, right? My own mom, she was here today, but she say hi, mom. But I don't even call her back. Tone might call me 40 times. Yo, Doc, what's up, man? Nothing. You understand? My mother called me 2 days. That's it. I said, wait a minute, Mom, you in the church? Not today. You ain't called me in 3 days, you know? But that's not done on purpose.
Okay.
But you know, sometimes when people are in love and stuff, that changes things, or they got a feeling for somebody.
Yeah.
But that's the point where I make. You got to understand what he's into
Okay.
and what it is. So
Yeah.
in my profession, I move very different because I got to be careful because unlike other guys, I don't hurt anybody's feelings.
You don't want to fall in love? Is that
Not
something
that
that
falling,
you're not interested
falling-
in?
It's not that you don't want to fall in love. You again, it's so different now because you want to be sure as you move? What are your goals? Like many men don't have goals in life. Some men want to live off women. You're like, hey, Bobby got a place to stay. I want to be there. Jen got her own house. I want to go there. How you feel? One shirt, two shirts, I'm there.
Okay.
What are we doing? You're like, Jen, like, yo,
my
hold on a second.
Next
You got
thing you
shit
know.
in my closet. Now, it's
Yo,
like,
he talking to my.
no, it's a fact. It's how guys think. And then now you calling Bobby. Listen, he's still
he
here
got
3
to
days.
go.
He's
I'ma
bugging.
get him outta
Girl, what do
here.
you say? Everything was good, but
Yeah.
I just can't. And you know what? Now you start noticing things. He didn't even brush his teeth this morning.
about wearing
See,
his toothbrush.
it's all that other stuff. And you know, he got this little smell about him when he sweat. And now you know a bunch of other shit that had nothing to do with why he's there. And he got 2 shirts and he's stinking. You know? So, you know, there's a lot of little shit. And the older you get, you stink faster. So you gotta really put it together. You understand? Like, I'm working with y'all. I get it. I get it. Was that my phone?
No, that was me.
I don't know what my phone's at.
I'm gonna tell you
I
one
don't know what
thing.
I did.
Yo,
Okay.
that
Yeah.
got me cracking.
What you looking for your phone?
No, I'm all right. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Don't worry. I ain't got no hidden
Guys,
agenda.
because we are at Invite Studios in Lower Manhattan.
Well, go ahead. I'll
Yes.
keep one up.
If you guys don't know who Doc is,
is.
You talking too real.
No,
I'm not
this
gonna
ain't
lie.
for real
But you know
show,
what?
right?
I can
Yes, it
appreciate
is.
that
For
because I
real,
went on a
absolutely.
date like maybe this is like maybe a few years ago,
Okay.
and the guy had just got divorced.
Okay.
And he was like, "I'm never getting married again. I'm not trying to." And I appreciate you telling me that. So
Right.
I know where to take it from there. I know at the time you just got divorced, so you shouldn't even been out in the dating world. So your take on marriage was different because you were bitter. Because I was married too.
Right,
I told
right.
everybody, don't even invite me to a wedding. I don't want to be in a wedding. Don't invite me. I don't care about getting. That was when I first got divorced. But then I changed
Okay.
as I
Right,
went along.
yeah.
But he was so bitter, and I was like, but you're still out with me. So this is gonna be our last date. I'm happy for you. I don't want to marry you, but I already know like that's you're not trying to take it. To the
Nah.
next-
Right, but
to the
he
next
so he
level.
did the
But
right
I
thing.
appreciate him for
Yes.
that. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
He-
And then he's trying to
mhm.
deter me. Nah, because you're gonna realize she ain't. And I'm like, but why would you let one person make you bitter about the rest of the world?
Well,
Like,
you know, like Doc said, immaturity for one.
that's a fact.
Immaturity. But once you mature,
Yeah.
you know, you can realize
And
that
that takes
was
a
just
long
a
time
time
for a
of-
man.
It
Just
takes
so
a
you
long
know.
time for a man.
Yeah,
but I'm
we-
talking
we're
about
not
okay,
right there
so,
now.
Okay, so you think you
Took a
believe?
minute.
Okay, but Doc, so a mature man, and gentlemen, you know, starting next week we are going to be going live, and you're going to be able to call in. We want to
that's
hear what
fun.
you have
I
to
like
say.
that.
But
Why you ain't
a
got me on that
mature-
show?
wait, we might have some.
You got- we
might
coming
have
back,
some
we coming
questions
back.
coming in right now.
Okay, we can have some questions, but a mature man,
Yeah.
a mature man, would you tell the woman up front, she's gorgeous, you just met her, listen, I'm not
don't
ready
want
for anything
anything.
serious, I just want to date and have a good time, you know, I'm not looking to do anything serious. Would you be mature enough to tell her the truth so you don't take away her options and allow her the option to say whether she wants to play or not?
9 times out of 10.
Would you? If you're a mature man, call us next week, okay?
9 times out of 10.
You're going to get 2 calls. and the 2 is me and somebody else. Someone in Nova Scotia somewhere. Hi, I'm calling from Norway. I'm in the igloo. You ain't going to get nobody in New York going to call you up and be like, you right, Bobby Jen. I confess. That's not going to happen. You don't even call because you lying.
No, exactly.
Don't call with a lie.
Exactly.
This ain't 1-800-LIE.
Because 9
No,
times out of
no.
10, they're gonna lie to you and just say.
Not 9
And
times.
then
10.
And
10 wins.
and-
I'm telling you.
And
It's not
especially if they get the cookie, then they're gonna be like, no, I don't want nobody else to have you. They don't want to keep you, but they.
But that's
they want nobody else to
amazing
have you.
cookie though. It's a difference in a cake. Wait a minute.
Come on now, because I
Wait a
want to say
minute.
something about the cookie.
Read the
now.
fine print. If the cookie got a cape out of it, and flying like Superman,
Yo, be
the
quiet.
possibilities are endless. But
What if the cookie not-
understand that he had a lot of cookies in life. So it gotta be a special ass cookie.
Well, let me just say, because
Gotta come with cream in it. It gotta come with some shit. There ain't no regular. You can't go in there and be like, and you see this nigga sitting in the corner talking about being here 2 weeks. No. This gotta be some other shit. I'm gonna joke around, you know.
Okay,
Yeah.
but you know, since you saying all that about the cookie, because my brother, and we had an episode, my brother told me that women, we put too much stock in the cookie. Like we overprice our cookie thinking it's end all or be all,
I
you
never
know, to
overpriced
get the
my
guy
cookie.
and to keep the
Listen,
guy.
if Cookie was on the stock market, the U.S. would never be broke. It'd be like, you know, today oil's down today, but pussy went up 2 points. It ain't never gonna go down. I would never. All my money be invested in the pussy stock. It's impossible. You can't even mention that. I don't understand the value. It will never go down. Even bad pussy's good. That's a fact.
Is it?
Listen,
Guys, is
a
that
homeless person wants some pussy. It don't matter.
Wait a second. Well, now I want to know.
It don't matter.
But I want to know what's bad coochie now that you mentioned it. What's bad coochie?
If he don't call you.
That depends on the guy.
In your
See,
opinion,
bad
bad cookie. Bad
cookie.
cookie.
Bad cookies. Okay, for the children out there.
For the children. Cookies.
Bad cookie. It depends. If it's too wide, but I'm being real. Listen, y'all can relate to this. A baby can come out of this thing. Stop thinking you got the biggest shit. You don't have the biggest shit. They got damn near a sneaker box coming out of their shit in 9 months. You walking around with a sock in your pants acting like, yeah, I got some shit. She going, Listen, a baby head came out of there. You ain't got a shot, guys. If she had a baby, you better be her best friend. Cause that is a hell of a task to beat.
Well, you know, yeah, but you're not going to try to run up in that within 6 weeks of her having a baby. You know it goes back down,
No,
right?
I totally get that.
It's gonna go back
Listen, I know
down.
about the
It's gonna go
episiotomy and
back
all
down.
that. I did the epidural. I get it.
Yeah.
But really, it's again, it can't, because there's some amazing
can't be too
cookies with
big.
4 babies. It matters.
Okay.
Them
Yeah.
Dominicans that's a whole nother session.
Okay.
But them Caribbeans, that's another problem too.
Yeah.
But there is a difference in cookies.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Cookies are like a foreign car. You know, you drive you meet a Caribbean girl, the cookie is different. I'm sorry. You meet a home girl, cookie's different. You meet somebody in the Bronx, I'm telling you. Caribbean cookie is crazy. Dominican cookie is crazy. I'm saying, for me, I've been like a world driver. So I drive every car. So,
You've been around the world?
and now, but not too much. Not too much. I'm real careful
Yeah.
about that approach too, because you could buy the wrong car and be fucked up.
There you go. You might need a needle
Your shit looking
stick.
like a trophy, but you know, you don't need that. But you got to really be, you know, it depends on that again. I was making those jokes to say that it depends on the quality. If shit is too wet, I don't want it because I'm not looking for a car wash. You understand? So this
So not
shit
too wet.
It's all up in my face.
Not too big, guys.
Yeah,
Not too
it
wet.
can't- But that's my preference.
No,
I
I
can't
know,
have
I
it too
know.
crazy. My job is to get it wet. If you already, if I gotta call a plumber, we ain't doing nothing.
Well, what about
This is
women
too
that
much.
squirt? You know, do you?
I'm not doing that.
What? That's too much.
See, that's just my preference, guys.
Yes, okay.
But
Because
you
I
ain't
think
hit me in
it's
the face
pee,
with that.
personally.
No, that-
I think
listen.
it's a little pee in
Yes.
squirting.
To
it
me,
really is. That's what it is.
I don't know what they call that. They
That's-
forcing
it's
their
pee. It's
they're
pee.
forcing
I
their
know it
abs to
is.
let pee on you. That's up to you. But that's just not my thing.
I don't even know what's happening right
Pee is
now.
a whole nother shit. That is not me. But
So-
again, it's cookies is preference.
Okay.
But if you had this cookie and that cookie, then now you have a preference.
But you know what?
that
Okay.
is.
So I know we talking about the physical part of the cookie, but I'm talking about more than just the physical part of the cookie,
Okay.
like that mental. Because to me, you can have sex with me mentally, and then I'm gonna be turned on, like just with
Absolutely.
your conversation, and I'm gonna hop on the.
Absolutely.
Oh no, I'm
But
gonna.
that
yeah.
conversation, Jen, that conversation is important because I learned this from a girl. I'm glad you all said that. You hit it right on that. I was
Okay.
dating this girl out of Canada. You know your name, but shut up.
Call us next week, honey.
One day she told me, she said, I'm like, it's late night, and I'm like, damn, what we doing? She said, you should have thought about that earlier. You didn't call me, you didn't say you miss me, you didn't say this. So you're stimulated during the day to get to the night. So I now do the takeout or the shit. I'm being funny and all this stuff to stimulate early, so I'm in. Because otherwise, I'm just being funny, guys. But I learned something about that. Women need to hear that they're needed. And I didn't know that. This is the point I'm talking about. So the mental stimulation is important for women in general because you gotta feel wanted.
And treasured.
Right.
We really want to feel treasured.
Right.
We
And
wanna
women
feel treasured.
and women
Yes.
I'm being real with you, they're not kicking a guy's ass. That's not what they do. They beat you up mentally and verbally.
We don't want to though.
No, you don't want to, but that's your
No.
line of defense, like a skunk spray you and you go over there. So, because there's no other way, a skunk could beat a lion. You understand? So they got to have other ways of methods to annoy you. My ex-wife, we've been divorced over 15 years and she's still annoying. She can say something to me and I could be out on a date and be like, she'd be like, what happened? I said, my ex-wife called, man. You know when my ex-wife called because I had a different voice.
But so, when people are apart for that long period of time and somebody's able to get under your skin,
Right.
I feel like it's because there's some feelings still there.
I don't think it's the feelings. It's not the feelings.
Wait.
Okay.
One way or the other, the person who's initiating getting under the skin, maybe
Right.
they still want that person, and that's why they're putting that energy and effort into getting under the skin.
Well, I'm going to
They
share
don't
that.
want you, but they don't want
you're
nobody
right.
else to have you
Bobby,
either.
you're right. But what I'm saying is, for the men, it was the journey. If you had this with the woman and you had kids with the woman and there's some sort of fetal attachment and experiences shared, and you're always going to be attached to the umbilical cord when you have a child with someone.
Well, when the
Listen.
child is no longer a child, now we're talking
No.
You're still
grown
gonna
people.
talk because you made that together. No matter what I probably for all he want. It's not that he wanna, but there's that attachment. There's a woman and a man made one spirit.
Okay.
Okay? It's not her by herself. For
Okay.
many years, she pregnant, she's stupid. No, it took two people to do that.
Okay.
And they made the spirit together. And that one spirit is attached to your spirit. So
okay.
you got to look at that when your ex-wife or ex-husband call, you can roll your eyes. I can't stand him. Hello? I get it. But then there's that other part that the man you with got to understand that because you built a
That's
spirit
true.
together.
Absolutely.
And that's hard for people to understand.
Okay, I get that. Well, you know what? Even when you lay down with a person, and they ejaculate,
Drink down.
the man ejaculates in the woman.
Inside?
Oh, when man ejaculates in the woman,
That's what
Cookie.
happens?
That's the best
that's
shit.
the
I thought
spirit.
I thought
No,
the
that's
but- okay.
that's to me, that's his spirit coming inside of you. And so
Right.
I think that if you know that you want something special, don't accept everybody's
Listen.
spirits inside of you right away.
No,
Get to
that's
know
right.
a
That's
person.
right. I
Because
love
I
Get to
that.
know a
said that
person because
I said that every time you give that cookie away, you give a little bit of yourself. So don't give it to everybody else.
and the man putting his
Anything
spirits
and
inside
everybody.
her, being selfish and greedy, don't want to tell her he don't want a relationship. That spirit might produce a little
7 years.
bambino.
Oh, you're right.
You know?
You're right. But again, he's looking at the physical side from the door. This is the point I'm making with guys. It's the physical until he has matured
Right.
enough. If you
That's
come
sad.
through the door, people come through the door all the time, and I'm always there's the adult games and there's the respect for a woman.
Okay.
There's two sides of that, but understanding what that means takes a man to be educated to understand what that means.
Okay, I get
He
that.
don't have to promise you, Bobby, the world.
I get that.
He could tell you, like you said, and you could tell him, listen, I need something tonight. That's it, and he's gonna do it or not. There's only said on this show. This is crazy, and if anybody that know me watch this show, they don't know. How crazy is that? How many times I might have went to somebody's house. They be like, hey, come over. Now, with experience,
Okay.
I'm different. My mindset is already, I'm just eating the cookies. That's it. You're not getting nothing else. And I'm strong enough to do that. And I will go there and eat the cookie and you'll bust over 5. And I'll be like, good night and get back in the car and I'm out. And I don't need to get inside Because I've been there before. It's not like that. Sometimes I feel like a nut, sometimes you don't.
But wait a
Because when
minute.
I'm nut, I get tired. So I'm not, I'll give you 5 for you. We 68. You do, I do you, you only one. I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't need
Yes.
to do, but you gotta learn that part.
Okay.
See, that part is different. When I was younger, I don't know, man, I'm a different kid. I'm a different kid. When I was younger, I'm serious. I used to watch, I don't know, this is, I'm giving you real stories here.
Yes,
When I
yes.
was younger, I used to
about
watch, people talk about, yo, I ate that shit yesterday. I used to watch videos of not guys eating it, girls eating it. So I know what she's doing, so I do it right.
Give me a high five.
Now,
That's right. That's
that
right.
I used to
That's
do
right.
when I was younger because I didn't want to do it wrong.
That's right.
And nobody in my family had this, but me. And how do you get that is real. So, that's your experience crowd. But you're gonna learn about that stuff when you take. I take guys. I take eating cookie as an art. I don't take that shit as just to do it. I'm not trying to prove nothing. Yeah, but you have to be on that. If you do that, you leave. You should see. I had girls say, "No, I think he gay, girl." You're like, "Well, he ain't doing nothing." Because I can also go to a house and feel like I'm not doing nothing. See, I'm not afraid to do that because I feel that I'm worth it too.
Yeah.
And I'm not bragging to the audience. I do my shit. I'm no, when you get older, guys, and you relate to this, so stop it, Tony.
Okay.
I'm no 30-minute guy. I'm in for a minute. I'm not. Sun might come up. I'm on some other shit. Okay.
Now wait.
I'm in it for a minute. This is bad. She be like, God damn, these.
Now
Where you
you
get this energy?
But wait a minute
I
now.
turned into 25.
Are you talking about more than 30 minutes of,
More than
of
30
eating
minutes?
the coochie or?
No. I'm just saying when it's
talking
all
about?
around. I'm a
Okay.
different guy. Some people like getting it, and you talk about positions. Some people like it from the back. That's not me. I'm not big on the back. I feel there's too much control there. Put her in control.
It is,
I
definitely.
like that. I like when she's in control. I like it. Tell me what you like.
Yes.
But you're not going to know that if you're not eating first.
Ooh!
If you trying to get in and you hard as last year's Christmas candy, that shit ain't going to get you where you need to be. Because you could cut diamonds with your shit right now. That's not what we do. We got to be smart. You got to be, like, hey, what's the rush? There's tomorrow. You understand? I got to do everything tonight. No, I need to eat this shit first, see if I even want to get in. Because I'm not checking in. You even going to check in a short stay in the hotel. Or you in? What are we doing? You understand? But if I don't eat it, I don't know what I got. I got to test drive the merchandise with my mouth. I can't tell you what it is.
Okay, so ladies, do we have a problem with that eating it first? Because I don't.
You have to. You have to.
No objection.
Listen, and if you,
I'm just being real.
yes,
Don't put me on the show.
you know,
I'll be on every show.
because listen,
Because there's things guys ain't going to tell you. So I don't have a problem with that.
but some men don't really like eating the cookie.
That's bad.
The cookie, the
I
coochie,
did have
the
guys come to me and be like, yo,
Guys
she trying to
don't
push
like
me
that.
down there. And next week I'm there. So that's what happened. Cause they like, she looking at me. And I'm going to do what he ain't going to do. Okay?
Ooh.
He can call me the garbage man if he wants.
Y'all been warned.
Well, guess what? It's going to happen.
Y'all been put on notice.
Hey, so
Don't put me on the show.
but wait a
Put on
minute.
notice. I'm letting you know right now.
Jen, he got a lot of women smiling right now, so I think I'm gonna ask him that one big question that everybody out there want to know.
Oh, no.
Are you single, Doc?
Yeah, I mean, I'm single because in their mind, in their no, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's keeping it real.
Okay.
Keeping it real.
Okay, go ahead.
People ask me to go out on a date, and I do. I'll go out on a date with them, but that I don't mean I'm doing anything.
Okay.
People will see me. Oh, I saw Doc. He was with that girl. That doesn't mean I've been on. right now she work at Brooklyn Job House. She know what I'm talking about. I went on a date. She asked me on a date. I never kissed her. I took her out for her birthday. I spent like what? Tell the truth, $1,500 easy on dinner. I don't give a shit. That's not the money.
Okay.
I did it for conversation.
Okay.
I did it because it was her birthday. It was important to her. And we went out twice, and I never I hug her goodbye. I opened the door for her in her car, send her home.
That's a
have a good
gentleman.
night.
That's a
And the
gentleman.
next night.
Yep.
No, but at that night I was like, yeah, I want to taste that. But I didn't do it because I didn't feel it.
You didn't feel it, but
I
you
didn't
wanted to
feel-
take it.
But no, but guys will do it. That's why I said that
Okay.
cookie on a stock market will never go down because they just want to do it just to do it. But when you get to the maturity point,
Okay.
you don't have to do that. You could eat it, or even now at that point when you want to eat it, you could say no. You understand? You don't have to do it. See,
Okay.
if I could be with a girl, I don't gotta cheat because I'm good. I don't need to. I've never been. When I met my ex-wife, I didn't kiss her for 3 months because I know that's gonna be wifey. Because
Wow.
why? Because I felt something different.
Okay.
It's that feeling you get. Maybe it might be a Virgo thing. It's a feeling you get.
Okay.
And when you have that feeling and you know it works, that's why I say to the older guys, go for it. What's you waiting for? But also be mature enough to know what you're getting into. You know? And, also, it's just a matter of how you think.
Yes.
Most guys are not thinking. I'm career minded.
Okay.
So she might be like, oh, what are we doing? And this and that, or whatever. I didn't do anything to you. I didn't touch you, I didn't do anything. And if I did, it's more because it was mutual. That shit is like, you don't have to say it.
Say that again. For the
She
people
can
in the
just
back.
show you. A woman, last thing I'll say on this. Guys, we're not getting nothing that they didn't have planned to give us. Don't think you tricked them into anything. You didn't trick a woman into getting it. Yeah, last night she gave me something. She knew when she got up, she was going to give you something.
Well, I'm going to jump in and say, we know that we wanted to give it to you, but we might not have wanted to give it to you that particular
Absolutely.
day.
But,
Okay?
but
we did know, like, oh yeah,
Right.
I want to get it
right,
in with
you
him. I
might
want
have,
to do
right.
it.
But
I'm
I'm
not
saying
re-
that
but
the
I-
guy
but I-
shouldn't be thinking
Yeah.
that he got the
Okay.
control over
Exactly.
No, you're
when
right,
he going to
you're
get
right.
it or not.
That's
She
correct.
controls that.
I got two
Okay.
things.
Go
to
That's
ahead,
say.
it.
Jen.
You
Let's see
don't
what Jen
control
got
it.
to
I
say.
got
Go
two
ahead.
because I went out on another date.
Damn, Jen. You know better than me.
I'm getting hot in here
I
now.
can't get nobody. God damn.
This
is a
start
while
making
ago.
me hot now. Go
And-
ahead, Jen.
I mean, he wanted to put his tongue down my throat on the first date, and I was like, and I told him straight up, if I wanted to, you would know. You wouldn't even. I wouldn't have to tell you anything. So it was kind of like, and he thought I was being old fashioned, and I'm not being old fashioned, but
Right.
don't
It's a feel.
think you throwing your tongue down my throat because I got the lobster biscuit and I ordered the porterhouse or whatever. Like, don't do that. Like,
Yeah, see, that's
that was
crazy.
disrespectful. And my other point is,
What's up with the lap of this? Let me go get
sometimes if I want you to come over, I just want a spoon. I might not want to do nothing.
That's dope. See, I like that.
Spoon with me. I don't
That's
really care.
fire.
Turn over when I
Yes.
turn over, and when you turn
That's
over,
fire.
that's all I want to do.
And you know what? That's fire.
I'm so hyped about that.
But that's a mature man because when he thinks you invite him over, I'm definitely in some.
Okay.
And that is not it.
But Doc, with a mature man, if
When I
that's
say
all-
mature guys, I mean like educating yourself
Right,
on
yeah.
on what she wants, more so than what you're
Because it
trying
doesn't
to
have to
get.
be age, because you
Yeah.
could be mentally
and be
still
younger, right?
It's not the
It's
age.
through- it's
My
through
brother was 40
experience,
acting like a
right?
nut.
It's-
That's why when you
it's
said over 40 or
experience,
40,
yes.
you still,
Yeah.
some guys already. Listen, shout out to my son.
even at 15.
He's been with his girl since high school. She's going to school to be an attorney. And he's old fashioned. He was old fashioned as my son since he was a kid. 8 years old, he asked me for a pocket watch for his birthday.
Wow.
He a different type
a
of kid.
whole different person.
He love his
Old
girl.
soul.
You know, it's just you don't see that.
Well, you know what? I want to go back to what Jim was saying about sometimes she just want a spoon. So let's say, okay, the woman, she liked the guy, she's feeling him, but she know that he likes her too. She do want him to come over, but all she wants to do is kind of cuddle and spoon.
That's great.
Do you think she
If she
should
smells
let
like,
him
it's
know?
cool.
Should she let him know that in advance before he gets into bed with her, because so that the expectation would not be there?
I say 9 out of 10 times you can be like, listen, let's Spoonie G this.
Say
For all
before.
you old people out there, the old school people. Let's not. Listen, I I'm looking for you to come by. I may be cookie experienced. I might want you to do something, but I'm not guaranteeing that. But I'm just letting you know. Let's spoon and then let's watch something and let's talk about it. I might fall asleep on you. You might learn that I snore. Who knows? But
Okay.
in that meantime, see, that's the adult side.
Okay.
And I respect the adult
Okay.
side. That I think women are at this level. So say what you want to say. Don't want to
Okay.
be at this level, but then expect him to call. Expect him to do this. Listen, you a woman, follow up. I'm calling him. Listen, what we doing? You know, like there's nothing
I
wrong
like
with that.
that.
That's not submissive. Oh, she called me. No one's kids here.
Don't
Not-
expect him to be something
don't
that you're not
expect
willing
him
to
to
be.
He may be a busy guy.
Right,
He
okay.
may be the person that got a whole bunch of stuff going on. But if you want to make him pay attention, and if he wants you, he gonna pay attention because you called him and bothered him and text him. That don't mean you on his shit. That means you. That's what I'm willing to dedicate some time to. Rather, he got to be mature enough to understand that.
Right.
He can't be the guy to be like, look, shorty calling me.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
don't be pushing me around your friends. Don't do that.
Yes.
Just respect me.
Yeah.
You understand? But that doesn't happen in today's life because there's women like yourselves, you know, that will do the right thing, and after you, there's 1,000 that won't.
Absolutely.
And there's 1,000 that won't respect themselves. And the temptation is out there. And when there's as much as there's immature men, that's what they feel like, fuck it, she gone, all right, meet somebody else. And it's just like that.
waiting for you
But
to-
she's looking for the right guy. Sometimes you got the right guy, but it's also how, you know, relationships only become difficult when, like you mentioned, Bobby, without transparency.
Yes.
Just say
Tell
what
the
it
truth.
is.
Tell
Say
the
what you
truth.
want.
Yes.
You want something, you just want to be with that person. You want a spoon. Say what it is. I don't want a spoon. Something can happen tonight. I don't know, but maybe not. You might get here. I might change my mind as soon as you knock on the door.
and
I
we
might
get in
not open it.
business.
So but mental gymnastic,
tell
that dude.
Yeah.
He knock on the door and you don't want to open it. Tell him why. I'm not going to open it. I thought about it. But call me tomorrow.
Oh no! Wait a minute, guys.
And he better call.
Are you coming back?
And you better call. You don't call.
Wait.
I'm glad I ain't let your ass in. Jehovah's Witness.
Okay, now I ain't gonna laugh at that.
He gotta come
I don't
back.
mean it in a bad way. I mean, like, when I say
love
Jehovah's
my
Witness, they known
Jehovah's.
for, listen, nothing wrong with it. Is they knock on the door and people make fun of them, but they're
Yes,
not
they
making
do.
funny. They
But you know
rocking
they
for
don't
their
really do
salvation.
that anymore.
I know, but
They
back
don't
then we
really do that
joking.
anymore,
you
but
know.
I know you joking.
He know,
I know
like,
you
if
joking.
you persistent, you gonna come back. You really want it.
Yes.
You want that soul. You
Yeah,
gonna come back.
you
the
gonna
next
call
day
her.
and knock on the door.
Listen, my
As long as
ex-wife.
he's not ego tripping.
No, but my
because men have
ex-wife, we
big
went
egos.
out, my first date, I took her on a helicopter ride. First date. Because I seen something special in her. I wasn't going to the movies, all this corny stuff.
No kissing either. We remember
Nothing.
that.
I
Okay.
needed to figure out what was going to intrigue her.
Okay.
And I went and found the heliport and took her around New York City
Nice.
and dropped her off back in the Bronx. And that was one of the greatest dates. And then that summer, when she went back to school, I ain't called her. And she was like, hello, I'm in school in New Falls. I haven't heard from you in like a month. What's going on? I said, we went out on different dates, but I didn't do anything.
Okay.
I didn't kiss her, walked her to the door. She said, I think he gay. She was like that. And I remember going up to New Falls. I'm like, oh, we got to go there. But I'm up there. I'm staying in her dorm. She's telling my friend, you can't stay tonight. He coming. I mean, that was a whole nother whirlwind. She had an ex-boyfriend up there. Was like, hey, you seen him? Yeah. Is he there? Yeah. How's he look? The dude told him, like a model. This is so funny. That's back in the days when I was in shape.
Well, you still in
but,
good shape.
yeah.
You look
But it was fun. Thank you. But it was, those experiences is the journey I'm talking about.
Right.
And when you meet somebody, you have this journey, and your first kid, and we built a house from a slab on the ground. I come from being a bike messenger. I had nothing in life.
Okay,
From
wow.
that to learning my God talents to be able to write songs and make other people happy, and turning that into money.
Right.
And look what I'm doing now. So there's that journey. And sometimes someone shared that journey with you. I built daycare centers with her. I did stuff. So, yeah, it's not a feeling you want to be with them. It's just a feeling of you have that attachment with kids, and you built things together, and you have a journey. So sometimes that journey is not, doesn't hold precedence over the girl you with. But it also, there's a respect factor. She needs to know that. Hey, look, my ex-wife's going to call me sometimes and ask me things. and that doesn't mean I want to get back with her.
Okay.
And you got to have the
Okay.
girl understand that. That's the point I'm making of before marriage, you need to be your
Okay.
best friend.
Okay.
Because when
Yes,
you have a
yes.
best friend, he's going to want to marry you. You don't got to ask. You don't need to call her. Guess what? 5 years, this motherfucker still sitting here. No, listen. If he want to be with you and he want to get engaged, he's going to do that.
Yes,
He's
yes.
not going to
He's speaking the word.
drag you
not even
through the
lying.
mud. You should never ask as a woman, what is he doing with
Yeah.
me?
You shouldn't have to question.
No,
You should
I
know what
agree with
kind of
that.
man you have if that's what you're looking for.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
if it's not
yes.
what it is,
Yeah.
then know what you're doing with what you have.
Yeah.
Because every car you get, you may not like the color, but you like to drive it.
Yeah.
And that's what it is.
I'm leasing it. I'm
Right,
returning
Okay.
it.
right.
So
A
we
question
have
in the audience.
yes. Go ahead. What's the question?
So for the ladies, why is marriage so important to you?
Well, for me, marriage is very important to me because of my Christian beliefs. So that's it. I feel really convicted. You know, when I get into these relationships, I'm horny. I adore the man. He adored me. You know, we're getting frisky, and it's just building up. We're meshing together in so many other ways, and I want to be with him romantically and
Okay.
sexually. I want to be
Okay.
physical, and I mean, I'm the type of woman who the sky's the limit. Like I want to go all in and do things, right? And so when I'm giving that much of myself, I'm like pouring in everything that I have. I feel like, at some point I got to limit it if there's no potential for marriage. I can't because I want to be married.
See, that's what it is.
I want to be married. My heavenly Father said, "Listen, here goes Adam. Adam need a helper. Okay, I'm gonna take a rib and build him a helper from his rib. Okay,
Right.
this woman here, she is gonna be submissive, but he meant it in a biblical term of
You're
being
right.
submissive as far as she's gonna be his assistant. She's gonna be supportive.
him up,
It's
build him
based
up.
upon support.
But he gotta be a
But
leader.
he only wanted that woman
Yep.
to be submissive to her husband because the man loved God. And when a man loves God, he's going to know how to love his woman.
Right.
He's going to put her
And his
first.
mama.
And his mama.
Yes, he's
How
going
he
to love
treat his
his
mama.
woman the right
How he
way.
gonna treat you.
That's so
So
important.
I want to feel wholesome spiritually when I'm really connected. I want to connect with that one person like that. So it's very important to me to be married.
And
You
I
know,
respect that. I respect that
Very important.
because.
Wait, and the
yeah.
last thing I want to say, because I truly believe in everlasting life. And Father, I know I got to live right. So, and that's just one part of it because it's so much more to it. And I don't want to get so deep, and I'm sorry. But Jen, do you want to answer that now?
I can say, I mean, I think differently now. I always grew up old school values. My mother and father still married like 55 years. So I thought that's what you're supposed to do. So I thought, all right, you get married, you buy a house, you have kids, whatever. And, now the order has changed. But I thought that was what you're supposed to do. And I remember the first time I got married that morning at 4 o'clock in the morning, I was like, I don't want to do this. What am I doing here? I did not want to do this. When I got into the limousine and he was talking about, what he was doing at the bachelor party, I was like, yo, what did I just do? Right? But I think at that time, I thought, no, because you get married and now you're about to have a baby or whatever. So that was in my 20s, whatever. But, and like I told you before, after I got divorced, which I paid and I forged your signature just because I needed to get divorced.
Okay,
That's
hello.
another story.
Uh-oh.
But got divorced and I didn't want nothing from him. Because I had what I needed. And I did not want to get married for a long time. But now as I've gotten older, I want to get married. I love how my mother and father is together. I love their energy and I love how they are. And my dad, he got 4 girls, so I watch him. That's my role model. So I'm like, I want somebody like my father, because he be like my mother could be like, Willie, and he be like, I am a whatever, like, all right, Jane, and she's like a little spitfire, but my father is their synergy, their energy is just what I want.
Okay.
And I'm not trying to get married because that's what you're supposed to do. I want to get married because that's what I want to do.
Well, I'm
I want to
there
be with what Doc said, my best friend. I want to call my bestie,
Yes.
like, bestie, what we watching tonight? Game of Thrones or
Yes.
Walking Dead? Because I'm a fan. But like I'm I
Right.
like that. Like
Right.
we're gonna have a night where we just gonna have a date night. Like I'm corny. I want to walk in the park. I want to just go. Let's go get a bottle of Boom Farm or
Right.
something, and we're gonna sit by the water and just
That's
talk
awesome.
junk.
Ride a bike.
I want to be with my best friend and do those crazy
Yes.
things and build.
You're a builder. You want to
with
build.
that person. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I don't want to just I don't want to go from flower to flower like a butterfly and just I want to spray my energy onto one person for the rest of my life. I know a lot of people say that don't exist anymore, but I still
No,
think
it
does.
And Jen, I want to just add to that because you don't have to be married to even do all of the things that we're both talking about.
Absolutely
You don't
not.
have to be.
Yeah.
But to me, it's like the icing on the cake as well.
Right.
Aside from God's
Yeah.
word,
Mhm.
it's the icing on the cake. It makes people feel, well, I don't want to say make people feel because I can't speak for everyone. But when people are just kind of dating and doing these things, it's easier to just give up and walk away. As soon as
Oh,
you
yeah.
have one challenge,
Yeah.
one big booty comes
Oh,
twisting
yeah.
around, it's easier to walk away.
I ain't say that.
But
Listen.
but when you're married,
We can talk
you
about
might
that.
you might think twice about it,
Yeah.
right, and fight a little harder
You gonna look
for that relationship.
People
So,
think, I mean, nowadays, relationships, period, are throwaway relationships. It's like a toy you buy from the store. You're so excited about that Nintendo Switch or whatever.
Yes.
And after that, you throw it in the closet. It's nothing that you want to work on. Nowadays, that's how people are.
because people
Yeah.
think it's so many options. I'm gonna just say this and let Doc go.
No,
There's
go
so
ahead.
many options, right? They got social media. We
Right.
got all of these
I was
dating
just gonna say
apps,
that.
Yeah,
right?
the big
And
booty
so,
Judy.
I was just
yes,
gonna say that.
yeah. So people, it's so much easier now to meet people, and people feel like, please, all I gotta do is go log back in. There's 10 more people there. You can
Yep.
meet people every day. Absolutely. I'm not saying you
Absolutely.
can't, but are you meeting
Quality,
good people?
quality.
You can even
Right.
meet good people, but are you meshing well with that
Yeah.
person?
Well said.
Right?
Yeah, quality. That's
So.
the unfortunate part, and that's what I was talking about, where you had the quality before, and now you have a lot of quantity because of technology.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Technology has created
Yes.
dating apps, has created opportunities for you to do a Zoom call dating,
Yes.
Right.
and
Yes.
you can see if you like that person over a conversation over your phone.
Yes.
Where back in the days you used to have to walk to the corner to
Yeah.
call somebody,
Yes.
or be in your house to make a call.
Yes.
So things have changed so
Yes.
much. So old-fashioned values
Yeah.
for millions have gone out the window. So yeah, I mean, and you mentioned some stuff you too, and as well, where you mentioned, you like going to the park and do that stuff. See, sometimes my mom told me this like all the time. Sometimes she believes I do a lot of false leading, but I'm just naturally like what you just said. I'm gonna go for a bike ride. I'm gonna go to Coney Island and ride for nothing to get a hot dog and laugh, and people watch and say, "Look what he got on and look what she doing." That's just my thing. I'm very spontaneous too. If I might be on the way here and go to the movies. I'll be like, "Damn, I ain't seen that movie yet." Yo, to push the session back, and that's how I am. So, creating those special things where women go, "Oh, he's so nice. We went to this, we went to that," but that's that conversation where you gotta have and understand what you're doing, because you might be believing that false narrative is being made, and now that was my closing thing I was gonna say on
Okay.
on the marriage part.
Okay.
Was on the marriage part is more getting to know that person regardless of sex, regardless of kissing, regardless of what they look like.
Right.
Getting to know someone is important. That's the real moral of the story. You got to know that person. Because I always, some women I would date, I'm a mental gymnastics guy. I would date somebody like, wow, it's been a month. We ain't getting an argument. I'm going to start some shit today.
No.
I got to see how she acts.
Oh, come on.
When something goes
That's
nuts.
a whole nother show.
And I would go up and I'd be like, hello? I got to go. Great. She's like, you hung up on me. No, I didn't. What are you talking about? And I need to build something to see what she looked like on the other side.
Okay.
Because then there's that other side.
Dang.
And you got to know what that other side is. There's a difference between
But you got to do
dating
that in
somebody for
30
2
days.
years and living with somebody for 1 month.
Listen.
You'd be like, I didn't know he was like that.
But
That's
then
true.
He didn't flush the toilet. He got to go. You know, who knows? I'm just saying. No, but I'm saying there's things they do
Yes.
that pet peeves in their eyes would be like,
Yes.
damn, I can't do nothing wrong with her. She complaining
Yes.
all the time.
Yep.
No, she's used to living the way she lived, and where's the compromising in that?
Yeah.
And what you thought was gold is really silver, and might turn bronze when he move in. So you gotta figure that part
And that's
out.
both ways. And I'm telling you,
don't like
some
something.
of them like a little crazy one. Because I really think I had somebody who just wanted me to act crazy. Like,
Yeah.
and
Really?
if I was too quiet, it was like, what's wrong? And then they,
Yeah, you
they
look
were
for
on the
that
trigger
edge.
like,
Well, yeah,
oh,
you
I like her. 'cause
men
she's
do.
crazy.
Yeah, men look for
Wow.
that edge. Because if you do act crazy or you do something, because a man gotta have some sort of challenge. I get the part you said in the biblical side, but since technology came in, he needs to be a little bit not fearing but respecting, because he needs to be worried about what you think. He shouldn't be thinking you're one of the quantity.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
that only
Oh, I
has-
like that.
Yeah,
I
'cause
like
you,
that.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you
She
could
ain't
be
going
thinking,
nowhere. She whatever,
yeah,
like
or
that.
she just mad. No, I need to be a little bit afraid to make you
should be.
mad. Like, wow, the mystery of a woman is what intrigues a guy. If you don't have that mystery and he figured it out, then you really don't have nothing. You know, but I see me being older, I could look and know right away, quality woman. I'm not even being funny. I already know. I know y'all. I'm like, wifey material right away.
Be very
As soon as I met Bobby, I was like, no, don't fuck around. She's wifey material. Don't do it. You sit in the room, you listen to music, you think it is her ass, don't do it. That's Bobby is not doing that. I'm going home. It's later.
Be
Good night.
afraid. Be very
Good night, Bobby. Could I walk you to the car? I've been opening my door for as long as I had my car. I see you. Independent Leo. Well, you know, that's amazing. You got to be able to recognize
Yes,
that.
okay.
You got to be able to see. She didn't even have to say it in this interview. I already know. I could through the door. Tony said, "Yo, man." I said, "No, Tony. This is what that is. This is what this is." But that doesn't mean she don't live her life. I'm not being funny, Bobby.
Right. No.
You carry a presence about you, and a man got to be able to recognize I'm independent and I'm a quality woman. Both of you do. I'm being honest with
thank you.
You carry this aura, but I just met you, but I see it.
Thank
I
you.
see it, goddammit. But you know, like it's this aura, and it's like it's a hidden shield, but you don't come over there with the BS. That's it. You know, and she's gonna say, I remember eating not Bobby. Stop it! I didn't say I ate Bobby.
Talking about eating
I'm
something?
talking about we went to go eat one day, all of us. You was there. Stop acting like you wasn't there. But before they take it wrong. But we went to eat, and everybody had an opinion. And I never forget this. That's that Virgo side. See? That Virgo
Okay.
side. Virgo side. Yeah. Everybody had an opinion and agreed. But Bobby said, I don't agree with that. And I respected that at the table. I don't remember what the question was. But we all, Tony, all of us agreed. And Bobby's like, well, I don't think that. And everybody was like, huh? And she had a little fan.
She not gonna,
The
she
wind,
never gonna
look,
leave
the
her
hair was flying.
fan. She never gonna leave that fan.
And then when she got up, everybody looked. Watched her go down the hall. Oh, sorry. Just wait.
She's never gonna leave
Okay,
that fan.
let me reel him back on in here. You know, we talking about dating. And,
But I'm just being funny, you know. But
Yeah.
that's a real thing, you know. When you see quality women,
Thank you.
you know quality women. That doesn't mean that you know you're not gonna date. You obviously know they got their marriages, thoughts and stuff. But I say as the man side, I'm coming to that side to help y'all understand. Build it to that.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
But
all.
please know that I want to be married, but I want to date to
Absolutely.
Yes,
build
of
up
course.
to get to that point, because I'm not willing to just marry anybody just
No,
because
no.
they want to marry me.
No.
Even if it is a quality man, I need to be in love. I want love. We have to be in love with each other.
Love is the best friend part.
Yep.
Because
Well,
you're gonna
that's part of it.
One thing a woman will love most is when a man tell her everything. See, when there's the mystery of not really, I don't know, he's a little funny. He told me he can't come tonight. It should be, I can't cut a knot. I already know why. Because I know him.
Okay.
See, and I know her.
And the
So
only
when she says something, it needs to mean something.
okay.
You know,
And the
and
only
into-
way we're gonna really know is if you're telling us the truth on a regular basis.
Well, women got
That's how we
intuition.
get to figure you out.
Y'all know.
Yeah.
Y'all got intuition. I can't lie
Well,
to
we
a
know
woman.
what you should be doing
but if
most
you-
of the time.
But if you feel, but if y'all know, I ain't telling. I'm preaching to the choir here.
We don't say
I'm
we know,
preaching
we
to
know.
3 choirs in here.
And we will hold on
Y'all
to it.
know
and
it.
we'll
Yo,
tell
when
you
a guy
5
tell you
years
something
later.
and you get that little tingling, that's the problem.
Yeah.
That's
Uh-oh.
not, the tingling ain't fake. The tingling tells you, it sends you that warning, and you say, but women are forgiving, nurturing. You cheat on the guy, he's like, she's out. You cheat on a girl, maybe, you get one more chance, motherfucker. See, most women, they'll do that because they built a journey with him. And that's the thing too, you know, it's unfortunate.
It is
We-
very,
and technology,
very.
I have to bring it back to that. It's created that zone where unless you're older, you understand. So I do understand that. That's why I don't create false narratives. Know what it is. You could.
Yes.
I'm more of like intuition too. Like I know what it is. I'm not afraid to talk about things. We'll say let's talk about anything. But at the same token, you should know what it is and be accepting to it. Because you could start off as friends. I like it. We hanging out and 2 drinks and y'all looking at each other and they're like, we never thought this was gonna be, but I was telling you about my girlfriend and you was telling me about your boyfriend, but I really should just been with you these last 2 years. You never know.
true.
Love
That's
strikes,
true.
it strikes in different ways. But I'll say this, you got to give it an opportunity.
Yeah.
You got to stop throwing so many answers as women and saying, what if this, and being pessimistic. You have to give opportunity because life is vast. Give opportunity. You might have wanted something you could have had, but you didn't get it because you had too many questions and no answers because you never asked. You understand? You asked everybody else that's not him. Ask him. Don't go and ask her over here. She's like, yeah, he look like that. And this person over here that's a hater that can get him going to tell you the wrong thing too. You understand? Because she can't be with him. And her relationship is effed up. You understand?
So
Right,
I have a
right.
question for you. So
Yes.
professional women that have hard time finding out the right man,
Right.
and sometimes they feel like maybe I'm not such a good looking woman that no man looked at me.
Who, you mean you?
No, I'm talking
In general.
Watch out, you need to see what I'm looking at behind the camera. I don't know what the hell she talking about, goddamn. Well, go ahead. She naming a other type of woman there. Go ahead.
So you can say that the guy feels like she's too much of a woman for me, and that's why I can't really like take her out or ask her out.
Yes, I think a lot of men these days are intimidated by the growth of a woman. A woman has advanced from having a mob and taking care of bearing children and being in the kitchen and great in the bedroom. They are now entrepreneurs. They want more out of life than depending on a man or living under the man's, I call it under the baker's thumb.
Okay.
They've decided to elevate and emulate into something that we haven't seen in this century. And men are intimidated. Being honest with you,
Yep.
you when she carries a position, you know, you get to see his confidence. If he's afraid to date you, then he is not the one for you because he doesn't have confidence and you can't carry him. You understand? Most men are looking for a woman to carry them.
Yeah.
And he's got to carry himself. But when I don't know, I'm old fashioned like what you said, Jen. I believe if I'm with a woman, she can't pay the bills. That's my job. Okay? I don't care. You could have hit Mega Millions. It's still my job to do what I'm supposed to do.
Okay.
Because I come from the old school. I don't ever, my ex-wife, you know it. You watch the show. I pay her mortgage. I pay her car note, her insurance. And she called me about it. I'm trying to get my tooth done. And I do that too.
Aw, that's
Why?
sweet.
Because I think God looking at me.
Yes.
Oh,
Because
okay. Okay.
sometimes she may need help. And God blessed me with so much, I'm God fearing too. You know,
Right, that's
you know
right.
that's like having a nice car with an ugly spirit.
You know?
You see looking at him like he look like a I ain't talking to him, right? The car look nice, yeah. So that's temporary, but this show doesn't look temporary because, and I like the transition. Another thing I'll say about your show, you have a
Okay.
good transition. You have the you know, it's almost like the odd couple, you know, because she's
I'm
a
a
talkative.
weirdo. I'm a
Listen,
weirdo.
this is what I like, and she's more. Yes, but me. And that, you know, that works. No, that works because you got two different type of characters that get along. I'm the,
Okay.
you know, I'm the firecracker, but you know,
Okay.
I like to be funny because life is short. Okay.
Yes, it is. It is. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Doc. Let me tell everybody how you can follow this man, Doc. He's on Instagram at Doc Knows Best.
New music.
Also-
Doc knows music.
Oh, Doc Knows Music. Okay, so
Yeah.
Doc, go ahead. You tell them all your
Yeah, I'm
Instagram.
at Doc Knows Music on IG. You'll see it. Guy
Okay.
with glasses on and a bald head. But I don't have a bald head no more. But you'll see it because I'm the only Doc Knows Music on there.
Invite
Yeah.
only.
Invite only is the studio. So if you punch up inviteonly.studio,
Yes.
dots instead of .com, .studio, and you'll see what we do. And I also have a site called IXO.studio. And that shows the photography end and creative end of what we do with videos and stuff. And you might need help out there. That's what we do here. Help, you know, help people besides working with the stars. There's also the people that's trying to get to the stars.
Yeah.
So we build the rocket ships to get you there.
Okay.
Hey, I like that.
Amen.
We
Yes,
built a
love
rocket
it,
ship.
love it. And then the last thing I do
Yay.
want to say, if you're a singer, and I mean you don't sing, but you
Or
sang.
rap. Or rap.
You sang.
Uh-huh.
You rap, male, female.
Yep.
You know you got it going on.
Call Bobbi and Jen!
Because people are following you. You know, people are following you. They respect what you say, and you interacting with these people. We want to meet you because we might have the most amazing music career opportunity available
Yeah,
for you.
they
So,
got network for y'all.
yes.
They helping you out. This is not just a regular podcast. The people that they have on there are doing things.
Yes,
This ain't on
yes.
there just doing things for themselves,
Yes,
but they
yes.
bringing people on that can help you. These connections
Yes.
can help
Right,
you.
right,
On
right.
this segment is a music guy. Next
Right.
segment.